those who never made it home and never had the chance to take off the uniform, you will not be missed, and your sacrifice is appreciated more than we could ever explain. On with that, now that the formalities are over, this is the Memorial Day special 1-year anniversary of Veterans Talk, which still waiting for the giant asshole who really helped kick it off to show up and make an appearance. For those who are unaware of the genesis of the Veterans Talk Weekly, it was an idea that really was driven initially by Team Skeptic saying, hey, you know what? Memorial Day's coming up. We should do something just us veterans. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it on your channel as my channel. And so Memorial Day 2018 was that first show, that first panel show of giving everyone a chance to look into the mindset of veterans of all generations. And since then, we had, with the exception of a couple weeks, we've been here every Friday or Saturday night for the audience and just really for each other. And I think that's the biggest thing about the show. We are more about providing that avenue of support for ourselves and our fellow military brethren, first and foremost, because if we can't take care of ourselves, then we're no good at taking care of anyone else. And sometimes we need that help, and the best help we can get are from those who know what we've been through without us having to completely explain it. So, with that, hopefully everyone on the panel, you guys can unmute now. It has been quite the weekend.
It's been quite the day for me, so yeah.
Well, and for some of those who don't follow me on Twitter, I actually got out to do some recording today because it was actually a very beautiful day, and that clip that you saw at the beginning of this, of the flag in the breeze, that was recorded amidst all the other recording I did today for the Moto channel, and it was too perfect to pass up. As I was riding up to it, I was like, okay, that's going on the show tonight. But
let's see here. Sorry, I'm making a line diagram of our setup at work to explain my day. So, what a fucking.
well, did you at least get to have some enjoyment, if not today, yesterday?
No, because yesterday was a lot of paperwork. Because yesterday I got to play the boss. So. Yeah. So.
And we just had typical spring bank holiday weekend weather in the UK. It mostly pissed down with rain.
So do you guys even really have a summer season, or is it just wet and annoying the entire time?
Well, last year we had this huge 6 to 8 week heat wave that started sort of Easter and went through almost to the summer, and then it turned back into our usual sort of not too bad, but not cold, but not super duper. See, remember, we don't have climate, we have weather. There is a difference. As any competent meteorologist should be able to tell you.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things about being on an island. the weather patterns end up being very stable, but it really ends up tempering things. You don't really get many extremes, at least not up in these reaches.
Well, of course, we've got the Gulf Stream as well, so that kind of. Because remember, we're on the same latitude as Nova Scotia.
But you're warmer than Nova Scotia.
Lots warmer than Nova Scotia, because no, I think we're further north than Nova. We're like mostly further north than pretty much all the main inhabitants in Canada. I don't think there's a major city in Canada much further north than 50 degrees. I'm at 52, and yeah, it's a lot warmer because we've got this big old heat conveyor called the Gulf Stream that comes up from the Gulf of Mexico and bathes our shores with warm water.
Yeah, I've been at the other end of the Gulf Stream, and it can be interesting down in Florida weather-wise. There were times where, for the couple years I was in Jacksonville, every afternoon between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, 15 to a 20-minute downpour, guaranteed.
So, this is like your standard fuel pump you pull up and get your fuel at.
Mm-hmm.
This is our underground storage tank.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the controller that controls the pump to send the gas up to the fuel pump. This is what failed today. So, and it happens to be stored right next to our breaker box. So that's really easy to get to and take care of. It's just that everybody's on call. And the worst part of it is, I'm going to have to stop sharing for a second so I can pull up the picture I showed Jared earlier. But you agree with my sentiment about that it's,
Some people are just stupid.
I don't even think stupid quantifies this.
No, I would... Well, from what you told me.
We have a high immigrant population and a lot of people that don't speak English, so I discount those as, they can't read the signs, so that's understandable. But I had people who are supposed to be, how shall we put it, Americans and should be able to read English,
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I will add a caveat that I didn't tell Jared. This word and this word weren't originally here. But because the way our system is set up, we only have 3 underground storage tanks.
Mm-hmm.
One for unleaded, regular unleaded, one for premium, and one for diesel. And so mid-grade is a 60-40 split of the unleaded and premium.
Interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, well, it used to be that we actually had a separate mid-grade pre-mixed for us. But then they decided, hey, let's start selling diesel. So they drained it, super cleaned it, let it dry it out, and then started filling it with diesel. So, but yeah, so it's really fun when people are when they were pressing plus or mid-grade to get gas, and it's like, no, we said premium, like regular, and it says we only have premium. Yeah, but I pressed plus. I'm like, oh god, just do you not know how to read? That's the biggest thing. Is like I can understand, if we didn't have signs out there, people trying to do stuff.
Yeah, but you have a sign right there. It's kind of like every now and then the pump itself, the individual pump wouldn't work. So some places will take the out of operation plastic bag, and put it over the actual thing, and people will still reach for it and grab it, and then be like, "Oh."
No, my favorite is we have breakaways, magnetic breakaways for the hoses, so if somebody drives off with it, it won't destroy the pump. They will they will actually go up to the pump with 3 cones, out of order placard on it, out of order sleeve taped over to the nozzle area, and still try to go on prepay. And it's like, well, you need to have a sign out there. I'm like,
There's 4 of them.
I know. It's like I'm just sitting there. I'm like, that's the bane of my existence. Is people like, again, people who don't speak English fluently or don't read it fluently. I get that. I begrudge them nothing when it comes to this. I just, okay, let me come out and help you. But those people that should know better, and they're usually the people that are so, I'm so much better than you type of personality that how dare you tell me how to pump gas?
Okay, so how many of them were in a Mercedes or BMW?
No, they were all in Priuses.
Oh, that's right, Washington. Oh, that's even worse.
Anyway, I thought all the bad BMW drivers who got out of their BMWs and were now driving Audis.
No,
That's starting to happen.
well, it's those 3. Generally speaking, if you see the BMW, Audi, or Mercedes logo, I give them a wide berth because apparently none of them thought to pay the extra for working turn signals.
I'm convinced they don't even have that damn lever on the left side of the steering column. I don't think they do.
Maybe they should write on their fidget spinner.
Jerry,
The-
it could be worse. You could be driving in Dallas.
I've ridden in Boston.
No.
No.
You've never tried to do the outer loop of Dallas. You've never tried to do 635 to I-20
I've done the
and back around.
I've done the Beltway in DC. Here's the thing. Take that sort of mentality, that sort of fucked up traffic pattern that you have in DFW and Washington, D.C. Now have the same amount of vehicles, except now put them on fucked up roads that used to be cow patches and horse and carriage paths. And then you have Boston.
Oh, that's Kansas City.
Yeah, that's Dallas.
Oh no. No, I've seen the roads out there. Those are wider.
Barely.
And then have
Just because-
driving at 60 mile an hour plus, and you're in the UK.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm on 45, headed north, right? And I'm trying to get into Dallas.
All right, you're gonna make me
And right
have to
now,
find
I'm
it
in a
now.
70. I'm in a 70 mile an hour zone, and I'm between Ennis and Palmer, little town called Ferris, Texas, Ferris. And the thing about this is it's 75 miles an hour. It looks fairly wide, but let me do this. You'll have to excuse my ugly mug for a minute. I gotta figure out a way to flip.
Well, it's not sharing at the moment, but Jay, when you get a chance, open that Discord.
Yep.
Well, there.
That's the one I want. Yeah, it.
I'm gonna zoom in just so that way I can hide off the comparison. Sounds fair, right?
Hey, that works, but you'll get to see the point. So, you wish what you're experiencing right there. See how much of a shoulder you have to work with on either side. You need to get rid of that.
All right. So here we have New York City.
I'm trying to turn my camera off. It's not looking.
All right, so here we go. Here's New York City. Fairly reasonably designed.
Not Sharon.
I thought it was. God
Nope.
damn it. It says resume.
There we
Stupid
go.
piece of.
Nope, not sure. There we go.
There we go. So here we have New York. Fairly reasonably laid out. Not the best, but could be worse. much worse.
But you see a grid pattern there.
Then you have Boston.
And here's the real kick in the nuts. And NANA, when you're out there watching this, you will laugh your ass off at this and agree. Half of these streets are one ways because why the fuck not?
And they all funnel you in the same direction.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a little harsh.
I've done the Boston loop before too, so I feel you.
Yeah.
But then there's my favorite.
And
For shits and giggles, I went to Disney and I rented a motorcycle, and I got stuck in this.
But down in California, you can filter.
Oh yeah, no. I got stuck in this, and then so I just was going through shooting the traffic. Somebody actually tried to open the door on me. Gotta love that.
William Sign says try Atlanta. Yeah, I drove through Atlanta once. That was enough.
Here, I'll pull up Google if we can do the layouts.
Because here's the thing with Atlanta is the highways are wider, just as congested, but it gets fucking hot and humid for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. Jared, how about driving on roads that were laid out 2,000 years ago?
Oh no, and here's the thing: that's the roads in Boston are just paved versions of that. Because it was that English colonial mentality that set the foundations for what is the majority of the surface streets in Boston today.
So here we have Atlanta.
But we have the Romans to blame for the way London is laid out.
Oh God!
At least in the city.
And how many random roundabouts do you have there?
They're not random. They're carefully placed.
Strategically positioned to piss off everyone.
No, you don't understand. We understand them in this country. They work for us. They work really well most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah, see, that's it. I've seen enough of the traffic videos to see where even people over there still get it fucking wrong.
Should I tell you when? No, I'll tell you when it gets difficult. Is they suddenly started putting stoplights on fucking roundabouts. Now that fucks
That
everything
is
up.
the worst.
Why?
Generally, roundabouts work very well because traffic will flow onto them from all of the roads fairly equally. So you tend to get decent traffic flow on a roundabout until they put the stoplights on it, and then it just fucks everything up. Yeah, you need to go up to the east end of London, sort of up near Tower London and around Bank of England and Liverpool Street Station. That's kind of the city. That's kind of the Roman end of the city.
Over this way.
Yeah, kind of up there. Find Tower Bridge. Find the big battleship sitting in the river.
No.
Nope, that's just a random cruise ship.
Yep.
Now you need to go back west a little bit. There you go, north bank of the river there in the middle.
Right there.
Oh,
Yeah, right there. North bank of the river, because there you've got Tower Bridge and HMS Belfast in the river, and you've got the City of London, and some of those streets were laid out by the Romans.
See, now I'll be honest. Even if I was on the bike going through there, I can tell that I would get stuck just sightseeing as I was going through.
Yeah, that's the problem I would too.
Yeah,
And we're making a left turn. You're making another left turn.
Well, and so here's the thing. I wouldn't have a problem adjusting to driving on the proper side of the road for that country. The only thing is, for the first 5 minutes, I would be laughing because in the back of my head, I would still hear the instructor that I had when I got to Japan, who just kept saying, "Stay reft, stay reft, stay reft."
Yeah, that is true. You know one of the biggest killers in North Suffolk and South Norfolk, don't you? On the roads,
The head-on collisions from people
US
drifting over.
dependents.
Yep. Oh,
US dependents.
the other funny thing is, he even said, it's like, you want to know how you can tell when you're facing another American on the road? They in turn lane and you see wiper turn on. And I was like, you know what? I don't think it'll ever happen to me. The next day, I'm stopped at a light on the base. And I'm like, oh, I need to turn here. I just instinctively hit a lever, and it was for the wipers.
Oh, I gotta show you a major traffic revision coming to my area here. This absolutely makes sense, but it makes no sense whatsoever. Where is the overpass? Right here. So what they're doing is they're taking the traffic coming this way, and at this intersection, you go from this side to this side so you can turn here without too much backup. And the traffic going this way is going to do the same thing on this side. So you can turn there.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's all going to be light controlled at these two intersections. But when you get over here, if you want to go straight through, you're basically making a right turn to get back into the right side of the street.
How do you go straight through?
You go through here, you come over here.
Yeah.
And then at this intersection here, you come back over this way. And then this side goes on this side and then cuts back over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not going to cause confusion.
So what was the LSD ridden reason for doing that?
Because apparently traffic gets backed up here trying to turn this way, and the traffic gets backed up going this way trying to turn this way.
Are there dedicated turn lanes already?
Yes, there are.
So what the fuck?
As a matter of fact, you can see that this actually has 2 dedicated turn lanes and 2 dedicated lanes this way. This side over here also has 2 dedicated turn lanes and 2 through lanes.
But it still backs up enough for that.
I'd rather deal with the diamond exchanges.
They've got something like that in Springfield, Missouri. Except that's where I'm at. Well, that's where I live at. They put in diamond exchanges at Chestnut and 65, Battlefield 65, and trying to think of that. Glenstone and 60. Yep, and doesn't it the traffic is on the correct side on one time of the day, and then it flips for the rush hour in the other direction, doesn't it?
No. They are dedicated to where they take you from the right of whichever side of the major or highway that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
They flip you from driving on the right side to make you drive to the left. That way that the left turn doesn't have to cross traffic as it turns left to go east or west down, depending upon if you're north or south down on the road.
I'm pretty sure when they first built those, they tried a really complicated.
Yeah, they clustered fucked the shit out of that when they first initiated it, and then they finally went in and fixed it and modeled it after a foreign country's diamond exchange. I forgot who it was, but they went in and modeled it after that. And it actually works out pretty well because it makes it a whole lot smoother because you have a four-way stop on either side of the highway, but the highway is actually a bridge or an underpass. It's actually bridged over the street or underpassed over underpassed under the street. But it makes it a whole lot easier taking that left turn, so you don't have to cross traffic. All it is a yield sign.
So this building right here is the old Olympia Beer Brewery.
Interesting. So what is it now? Is it still a brewery?
Empty lot.
Just empty lot?
Yeah, it's still, the buildings are there, but a lot of homeless people try to break in and sleep there. They'll start fires with leftover paperwork that's in there. Bing Crosby's old childhood house is somewhere over here. Right here.
Interesting. See, all the
You used to be able to swim in this lake.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you'd want to now.
Well, the problem is cargo ships coming from Australia didn't properly have themselves cleaned, and so they a very invasive form of mollusk is now in this lake, and we'll probably never get rid of it.
I was gonna say I wanted to go fishing until you said the basic form of mollusk invaded that lake, and I was like, never mind, I won't fish it. We've got enough problems with zebra mussels here in Texas, so.
Let's see, where else could we go?
It's kind of interesting with all the inlets in that area.
Oh yeah, Daybob Bay. Banger.
If you guys want to see an environmental disaster, go look up what happened to Houston Ship Channel. What was it, about 5 or 6 weeks ago? We had that had a barge carrying various petrochemicals.
Oh yeah.
Got hammered right there, I think right around the area of the battleship Texas. I'm not really sure.
Is the mollusk there at least edible that came up? Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. You're not going to get that lucky, Jared.
Well, I know, as William Signs in the chat was asking.
Let's see. Do they have it up here? Do they have a good view of it up here?
Probably not.
Yeah. There's a lake up here somewhere in one of the mountains, and I've yet to find it on Google Earth because it's not actually labeled.
It's CGI.
Pretty much.
It's the flat Earth home. You can't find it.
And the map's got to be wrong.
Now you can't see it without the right angle of attack.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
It's one of those optical illusions.
Here's my old high school.
It looks like a lake, but they'll tell you it's not.
This field gets very muddy during the fall when it starts to rain out here.
Hey, that's the high school? Looks like an internment camp.
It means the same thing, pretty much.
No. You want to see a?
No, it's not a high school. It's an indoctrination center.
Well, that's what it was. Yeah, public indoctrination center.
This is elementary school. Third and fifth grader right here. Then high school and junior high right here.
Holy crap!
And the gym right in the middle.
How big was your graduating class?
Mine?
4.
Yeah.
11.
I believe
myself.
it. I believe it.
They now have on average about 30 in a graduating class.
Yeah, I had one of my fellow airmen. He had a graduating class of 9.
9. I had 150 kids in my gym class.
Oh. You think that's
So Mike, you'll believe these numbers for the high school that I started at. My freshman class, when on day one, had over 1,100 people
Damn.
in
Yeah, ours
the
was
freshman
15.
class.
Yep.
Uh,
Like
ac-
5,300 kids in my high school.
actually, Jay, I will text you the name of the school on Discord for you to pull up.
yeah. You thought my school was small? The average class here is about 2.
I believe it. I saw.
Oh,
Oh
There
no
was a
no.
new.
What?
I saw a news article where they had a graduating class of 1.
Here,
your
here's the
school's
best.
the size of like a baseball field. Smaller.
This school is so underpopulated that when we play them in football, we're as high school seniors we're facing sometimes 6th and 7th and 8th graders.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah,
How do they get away with that?
they just
They get a flag football game?
they forfeit eligibility in high school
Oh,
to play early.
I just
Now, everyone tell me what you think the education level of this school is.
That's where my daughter went.
Holy
But-
crap! Looks like a
No,
university.
Oh, okay. So, no, back up a little bit. Back up a little bit so I can point out. All right. So, no, back in a little. There's a single block there. So there's the building right next, right to the right of the football field. That is one end of the campus. Scroll in. The other end of the campus is the little white building to no back a little bit. Right there. That is the other end of the campus.
Damn.
is it elementary only?
Oh no, that's high school.
Holy
Okay.
crap!
That is the oldest secondary school in the nation.
Oh damn! How old is it?
It was founded before the country was even a country.
Holy shit! So them buildings are old.
A couple of them are. So the main. So scroll back in. I'll point out the two oldest buildings. So you have the long building all the way to the right. That's the end of it. So the main core of the building just to the left of that. That is the main building. That's Terrell Building. That is the oldest building on campus. That is the original building. Go to the left of that. The front half of that building is a museum. That is the Slater Memorial Museum and Theater.
Wow.
That is the second oldest building on campus.
Hey, Jared, I want to put
And
in
that's
a
awesome.
question.
What's the question, Pig?
I'll put it in the internal chat so you can filter it if it's needed to be filtered.
Discord would be easier.
Okay, so this is all right there. So right around where you see that's not even the right place. Where is that?
That's Frank J. Cicerelli Academy.
Yeah, they kind of changed the names. Zoom out a little bit. Go. Okay, so where you see that school and the highway that's off to the right, there's another school over there. And then it's like over 5 blocks, 3 gyms, a swimming pool that was built wrong, by the way. Instead of measured in meters, it was measured in yards. So when they had swim meets, they had to like move where the flags were to end the thing.
Well, at least they aired with longer instead of shorter.
No, it was shorter. They had to like do 1 and something laps per. because the meter's 39 inches. So
Sent the question.
yeah, so they built the high school in between what used to be the other two high schools, and then added that to the campus. So there was like 6 buildings spread over half a mile. That doesn't look quite right, though. Oh yeah, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's
Right,
that
right.
straight down, slightly right?
Yeah, there it is. There's so off there that quad that's in the middle of these 4 buildings. That's the main campus there. The one that's the Frank J. Carell Academy used to be Jefferson High School,
Mm.
and the one you just had your cursor off over to the left there was Baton High School. So all of that area is the campus for the Currents, and that's that quad in the middle. Across this used to be a brewery way back in the late 19th century. So the river that was off to the right, that used to fill up with water when they first built the school. When the high tide came in, they had to fix that. But yeah, the big building, there's a swimming pool, there's gym there, there's a gym in all the other buildings. So I think right now this year they got like, I don't even know how many students in there, but there was about almost 6,000 in my freshman year. We started out with about 1,500 in my class, graduated 1,100. We had a pretty high attrition rate.
Yeah, the same thing with NFA, the school that I started at.
Yeah.
Freshman class, my freshman year started over 1,100. They graduated about between 600 and 700.
Wow. Yeah, big.
Well,
NFA is where my daughter graduated from.
Yeah. Of myself and my siblings, I was the only one not to graduate from there, and it's because my dad and I moved in the middle of my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, this looks familiar.
I have a question for everyone. So when Jay's done presenting, I'll show it.
Oh, okay. I can stop presenting.
So who went to Hogwarts?
Oh no! This wasn't Hogwarts. This was a more interesting movie location.
Well, it's based on the movie's premise is based on a British play. I'll go with that.
X-Men.
No.
It's a future past.
No, it was actually one of the more entertaining Shakespearean plays to put a production on.
Macbeth.
Nope.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Nope.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Macbeth.
I've already said that, pig.
It's not the Scottish play.
Have you guys said X-Men?
The fuck does X-Men have to do with Shakespeare?
The bald guy's British, okay?
Would you mute pig, please?
Is it one of the histories or one of the tragedies or one of the comedies?
One of the comedies.
She's the Man.
The Tempest?
Nope.
The Accountant.
To Tame a Shrew.
There it is.
That's the premise of the movie.
Yep.
Independence Day.
Are you even paying attention, pig?
No, he's not.
Because I'm trying to remember the Taming of the Shrew, and I don't remember that.
Well, Pig, go ahead and ask your question. I will pull up the answer to this.
All right, so let me share a window here. So this question involves ISIS, right? Now, in this video, you have a ISIS member who suffers from Down syndrome, right? And it's a live combat video shooting an AK, holding the magazine incorrectly, blah, 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 right?
Why does it look like Pig?
Hey. Shush.
Too many secrets.
So one of the interesting things about this is what is the moral, like, what is the morality of fighting someone with Down syndrome who belongs in ISIS.
They've made themselves an enemy combatant. You're fair game.
If you're shooting at me, I don't care what you got.
Even though he might not even know what he's doing.
He is still a
Hey.
threat.
True.
Yeah, you ever heard the saying, receiving friendly fire, returning same with a smile?
Is that a masturbation joke?
No.
No. No, that's more along the lines of Pat Tillman's unit.
Speaking of Pat Tillman, Bart Starr passed away yesterday.
Yep.
Are we ready for the answer?
Go for it.
Yeah. What's the answer?
42.
You'll have to tell me because I was driving to work.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Yeah, that was like Keith Ledger's breakout role.
One of, yeah.
Yep.
He was, it wasn't too long after this that he did A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
Think
Heath
about
Ledger.
That movie is that, yeah, think about that movie. It took a bunch of nobodies and made them household names after that.
Well,
they literally got noticed. Julia Stiles,
Heath Ledger, they were up and coming. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was the big name of the cast.
Yeah, from his time as on Third Rock.
You think about Joseph Gordon-Levitt, man, that guy's got more talent in his little finger than most of us in our entire corps.
Probably one of the best characters in that entire movie.
What's another word for sausage?
Penis. Johnson. Wang.
Wang.
Yeah, shit, that...
I would like to point out.
You're going to give me. It looks like a big giant Johnson, sir.
I would like to point out that I was correct about my assumption that X-Men was the correct answer. Because
except you're not.
A production manager was the same. The music department was the same. Brett Bodinson was in both.
Hang on. But was it filmed on that location?
No, but
that's what we were talking about. That location. Yep. Stadium High School in Washington was the setting for 10 Things I Hate About You.
But they're connected. So either way, I was right.
No, you weren't.
Here you go. Here you go, guys. You want to talk about filming on location. Good Lord, people learn to drive in this town. At least you had the courtesy to use your blinker. Yeah, well, I'm in downtown Dallas now. I'm on 75 North. Okay, talking about filming locations. Jay, can you pull up Bonnie and Clyde 1967?
Yeah, hold on just a second.
I never watched Bonnie and Clyde.
It's a Faye Dunaway. Who was the other? Was it Paul Newman or was it somebody? I think it was Paul Newman.
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty, thank you. Okay. I knew it was one of the better looking guys of that era.
Okay.
Now, you guys know that I went to high school with Chris Kyle. Look at the filming locations there on that, Jay.
Okay.
And you'll see it pull up my hometown of Midlothian, Texas was one of the filming locations used in that.
Good morning, fellow humans and Americans.
Good morning, though.
Americans, why is there a separation there? Are you saying America's more superior than humans? I can accept that.
Except when you're factored in pig and then it takes a hit.
Oh, where were you saying you wished?
Do what?
What location were you saying?
Midlothian, Texas.
Okay.
Right there below
There's
Dallas.
actually a scene.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a scene in the movie where there's actually they're at a house, and the house at the time was for sale by Midlothian First National Bank, and that sign actually ended up in the movie.
Interesting.
But where that was all filmed at, there's a bar outside called the Country Club outside of Midlothian going towards Fort Worth. And all the bar scenes for Pure Country, that George Strait movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were all filmed at that bar, which was like a mile from the filming location for all of that. And alas, hello, Breaks.
I have a question for everyone here. Do we break the news from UDSA about the Poe?
No, he's not worth the energy or time.
Okay.
I haven't looked at UDSA yet, so I don't know.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
A suspected dipshit has finally admitted he is one.
Oh, the masturbator?
No, that's Pig.
No, the other masturbator.
The attempted masturbator that even his right hand says no.
The purple one.
Well, that was subtle.
His right hand declares rape.
It's like, you know why his left hand declares rape, don't you?
And guess what? You don't have to have a dick to rape someone. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Tell
that's
that
what
to
they
the
say,
UK.
but you can't.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You cannot. My little brother, I think, had it right. He said you cannot have a guy declare rape against a woman because there is no way in hell he's going to have sex with a girl and not enjoy it.
I mean, he did seem to enjoy getting his ass kicked by that MMA fighter.
Oh yeah, I have to say that you are wrong, you wish, because you can do a penis pump, make sure they're unconscious with like a roofie, and there you go. You can rape them and they won't even feel it.
Okay,
but if you knock them out, penis pump them, and then well, it depends upon the woman, because I know a couple of girls who go forever and a day. My wife being one of them.
Okay, so what movie is this the cast for? Gene Simmons plays a reverend?
Give me other characters, or give me other actors.
The New Guy. Why do I not remember that? Although it does have Elisha Dushku and Zooey Deschanel, so
yeah.
Well, if it's got Elijah Dushku in it, then that explains everything. That girl has gone off the deep end.
She was already nuts to begin with.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but she's gotten progressively worse as time has moved.
Oh, where is he?
Wait. But has she gone full Rose McGowan?
No, not yet, but she's working on it.
Mr. Van Winkle was in it.
I have a question about our layout.
What about it?
For the tombstones, do they have an atheist one yet? Like with the little A with the curly thing at the bottom?
No, not that I'm aware of.
The non-denominational is... I don't think they even put a signal on it there for that, because they go with religious iconography only.
Okay, what about Spaghetti Monster?
Pastafarian? I don't know, but here's the thing. You'll notice a lot of these, the ones in the image were an older generation, so you don't have that sort of iconography as an option.
Huh.
So you got Jewish, Christian, Orthodox, and Muslim to the right.
If we bury every single person with a tombstone at this size, I could see us filling up the planet.
No.
It seems that it's free of choice, probably for the family or something. Because I just found, I found a couple of different ones. One of which is this guy right here.
Are you screen sharing? Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just weird that it's cut off in the bottom there. Maybe it's a
I don't see
slightly edited one. I'm not sure, but that's one at least.
Okay, so I was right about my assumption.
Yeah, they have a whole
I don't recognize
slew
this
of
one
them.
though.
What's that? I would like a sun. I'd like to worship the sun.
I have no idea about that one. Although the name may be helpful in terms of the religion.
Oh, it could just be a medal.
Seen this logo before?
No,
that's not a medal. That's for sure. But
like indication of it.
I haven't seen this insignia before, though. Yes.
It's probably. It might be Buddhist or Tao.
I think it's Taoism.
Yeah, I mean,
sun worshipers.
Thinking that the surname is Chen.
Yeah. Educated guess. But here's the thing: you can actually pull up the U.S. Burial options. That it's a public thing.
Yeah. Apparently there are 65 of them. So this
no,
would
there's
be
another
the Buddhist thing.
Yeah.
Actually, but when I saw that, the first thing I thought about was Army Corps of Engineers. But
hey, look what I got.
Nope.
Why are you on Google.dick?
Because he's in Denmark.
Okay, so he's a
Are you forgetting who is presenting right now, Pig?
I know.
No, he's not. Because
do you need a lesson in?
It's a joke to Dick Dollars.
Geography.
Okay,
Oh,
so
there you
yep,
go.
there is atheist. There's the Reformed Christian.
Native American Church.
Yep.
Would that even be called a church?
Yep.
Huh.
It
That surprises me.
It's actually quite interesting because it actually goes to.
So you could be in a Wicca.
Yeah, Wicca was one of the first non-Abrahamic ones that you could choose. Although what's interesting is the Hands of Judaism. That was an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of where Leonard Nimoy got it from. Was a Jewish tradition.
Yeah.
And it seems that the atom insignia that's at the top, that is actually cut off by intention, apparently.
Size limitations.
Yeah, well, they could have scaled it down.
Sacred.
I got them all on a webpage. Here you go. I'm going to start presenting.
And no, number 23 has absolutely nothing to do with Nazis. Just saying, but although it does look kind of strange. I've never seen that one before. But, yeah.
Deja vu.
Well.
Yeah.
Let me if you see anything interesting. I like the Pokeball.
Oh, the Unitarian? Yeah.
Mormon. So that was Bahi, the 9-pointed star. Bahi? However the fuck you say it. Hindu, Community of Christ, Kunko, Kayoi?
Sufism reformed, reorientated. That'd be
What is it?
interesting. Number 21, the heart with wings.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say I just looked at my screen after checking my rearview mirror and saw that. And I was like, I see what's going on Jared's tombstone when he dies.
I thought that was a
No,
there.
No, so the problem is none of them are really what it would be, which would be a giant middle finger.
You get pretty close with the Hammer of Thor. Number 55.
Oh, that's right up my alley.
Is there a
Not that
satanic one? Hey, Cohen hands.
Oh, hey,
Yep,
Jay.
we've already talked about that one.
Hey Jay, go look at my Facebook page real quick. Go find my spirit hand.
You know, number 53. Yeah, number 53. That is literally a dream catcher, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yes.
I mean, it could be a lot more elaborate, of course, but
I say
Yeah.
it's an actual scope with 2 feathers attached to it. I still don't see my satanic symbolism. As a Satanist,
heart.
Not shown because of copyrights.
Interesting.
What?
Oh,
This. Yeah. Do not. I can't remember the rule, but it's the basic. Basically the same as.
It's on the Wikipedia page.
No,
It's basically the same as one of the 10 Commandments from the Bible. You know, don't. You're not allowed to recreate images. You're not allowed to draw Muhammad or.
You're not allowed to worship. You're not allowed to worship graven image.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, but according to some, is it Sunni Muslims? I can't remember. That are really opposed to it. People drawing Muhammad or Allah.
His likeness.
They get
it's
really.
a 5-pointed
They get
star.
their panties in a twist. Yeah.
It's
So
a 5-pointed
ridiculous.
star. It has nothing to do with.
It looks like a standard star.
Yeah.
So what is it that I'm looking for?
It's the last one on the Wikipedia page.
Islamic 5-pointed star.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking to you, Ish. He wanted me to go look at something on his Facebook page.
You wanted to
You're looking for the meme.
Spirit plant.
Spirit plant. Yes.
Yeah. Hold on.
See if you can share that with us.
I'm titling it as Jared's Plant.
Gee,
Hey,
thanks.
No, that's my plant. You can't give it to
I'll
Jared.
plant,
It's my
Jared.
plant.
As
Oh,
long
I'm
as
Jared,
you
I can
Jared.
for you.
as long as you don't start talking about Jared's seed, that's just no.
Let's see if we can
Wait,
get that one in the. Let's see if we can get that one in the VTW rotation for the memes. Jared will like it when he sees it.
We'll see about that.
Jared's gonna like it when he sees it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I approve.
rim shot, please.
Now we just need to find an animal that has something that looks like that.
Like that, yes. Yeah.
Or spirit
And,
animal.
and here's the thing. That does bring a new meaning to the term being a prickly fuck.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
Ow.
God.
Alan,
Yes.
you're spamming the server again.
Of course, I'm spiffing the server again. Every time I see him, I'll spiff the server.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And Meatbot can do one too.
Okay, fine. I'll make a Me6 bot command for like exclamation point fuck you. I'm gonna mute while I work. Hey, Jared, tell us about work yesterday. I heard you had fun.
No, it was just annoying back and forth, and someone decided to try to pull some bullshit in the middle of it.
Someone keeps calling
wait
me
a
minion number
second.
2.
Wait a second. Somebody actually thought that their dick was bigger than yours, Jared?
Yeah, the
Perish
pig.
thought.
Well, no. Wait. Which one? Texas? Michigan? Which one did you find? Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, so hell does freeze over.
Yep.
Where do you live? I live in hell.
No, seriously, where do you live? I am being
Hell,
serious.
Yeah.
I figures it'd be between Detroit and Grand Rapids.
What the? London?
Y'all
London?
stand by
An
for
airport
free.
called London? Oh, wait. No.
That's
No,
in
it's
Canada.
London,
Oh.
Ontario, Canada.
Oh, right,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's,
Well,
there
I
is
know that there's a town called Copenhagen in in the U.S., so it happens.
The other fun town names. Oh God, what was the one in Iowa that really was oddball? And the thing is, there's a bunch of there is a Waterloo in Iowa.
Well, you gotta have somewhere to shit.
Oh, and it's not that great of a town either. But so if you look out there, see how it's all like really straight lines for the most part for the county markers.
No imagination.
Oh no, it's just
But
such.
it makes it easy, I guess.
It is such large swaths of land. It just made it easy. This is going to be
fucking nowhere, or is it?
This is going to be a
no.
little town outside of north of Cedar Rapids towards Waterloo.
You got the Notch in Connecticut.
Yeah. Independence.
It's so square.
Manchester.
Yeah, that's the middle of the country there, pig.
They are square. No, wait, not that kind of square. Maybe I
How
don't
big
know.
you is square?
Don't
No,
know. They're probably very old people, all of them.
Mingdom's not old.
They're Dunkerton. Yep.
Dunker.
Oh boy.
They have a Hawkeye.
Blackhawk.
Iowa.
Hey.
No, not Black.
Between Hudson and Waterloo, Blackhawk. What the hell? But it's in green. I don't know. It's probably something else.
Oran?
A park or
Oran?
something.
Aren't we at war with Oran? Or Oran?
Iran.
Well, they have both. They have both a Denver and a Littleton.
Yep. Waverly.
Janesville. Stanley. So that's where Stan went. We miss him.
There has to be a town called Carl somewhere.
So go
Aurora.
go
Where
up
is
and to
that?
the left.
There's actually a Carl's
Other
junction in
The
Texas.
left, not right.
Although it's
No,
close.
There's some there. Tripoli.
Stout. Oh yeah. Now that's a good name for a city. Although I don't drink that kind of beer.
Fredericksburg, Green. Where the?
Better not.
There's a name for. There's a town with a very good name brand of duct tape. In fact, the world's best. But it's
There's
expensive
Hawkeye.
as hell.
Up to the right.
57.
I feel sorry for
Yeah.
him. He
Now
lost.
zoom in on Hawkeye and just watch how tiny of a town this is.
Yeah, where is he?
Zoom.
But
Look how
get a ruler going on that one.
Oh, jeez.
That is
What's the
Yeah.
that is literally the town.
Mom, I'm
That's
gonna just walk to James' house. That's on the other side of town. Yeah, it's only a couple blocks.
So you're
That's
doing
about as big as the
45,
John
and You're doing 45, and you're in and out of the city. Literally in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, you blink, you miss it.
Holy crap!
Hey,
Yeah, that's
Bob.
that's about the size of the village I live in.
Now, here's the thing, right? If one of these people are a serial killer, eventually, right, he could kill the entire town
Yeah, pretty much.
without anyone noticing that they're gone.
So what's that?
No,
Or-
that would be a near impossibility nowadays.
Well, he could kill the entire town without anybody caring.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Different matter.
So barely under a mile to just under half a mile wide.
Yep.
So what?
It-
100 and
It's not
100
What's the
inhabitants? or
population of that town?
less
30.
no less than 100. It's about, last I knew, it was like between 70 and 80.
So they probably don't even have a police officer on a bicycle
One.
as a police department. And it's an old retired police officer, and he doesn't wear a gun.
Actually, I think I know that town.
Hawkeye, Iowa.
Trust. No, it's
Yeah,
a
what was
part-time.
What was the name of that town again?
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
I think I've been there.
Hey, was that Pocahontas?
Yes, it was.
Oh well.
Yeah, you get
Should
a
have to be
bunch
there.
of those names out in that way.
Yeah.
But then you have one of the more
That's
interesting
cultural appropriation.
International Falls. That's up where George Nawchuk is.
Yeah. This is where my family's from.
What
Back
is
when
that
you
a-
could, with just a license, go back and forth between the U.S. and Canada.
Is that one of those power plants that uses surface coal or something?
No,
It
that's
has a
water.
weird structure to it.
It's like
It's a water treatment.
No, down to the right.
This?
Yeah, and further down to the right. It's just that weird curvy stuff there. I was thinking of like the stuff that Geostreber showed us once. One of the big coal power plants in Germany that fires brown coal.
Oh no, they
But
don't have
nothing
anything that
that's
fancy
still-
here.
That's that.
Fancy? Fancy? That's old school, crappy stuff. No,
I haven't
Now-
gotten
now-
there yet.
the only way to go is, except for,
So here's an interesting
I
bit.
don't-
Go up towards the Lake of the Woods. There is the only part where. Yep. So that part is the only part of the lower 48 states that
I know.
to drive to, you have to go through Canada.
Yes,
it's not.
and the entire reason behind it. Yeah,
in the lower 48.
No, it's not.
um,
See this little
the
nub right
entire-
here?
Oh.
Point Roberts.
Yep.
The kids actually that live here go to school in Bellingham and Blaine. And they have to drive.
So how do they have a
do
passport?
you know why that occurred? On the right end, not the shitty end. No one cares about that part of the America. So this part over here was actually a mistake. They thought that if you zoom in, the top of there was on the bottom side, right? And when they agreed to the border, U.S. and Canada,
Double meat, double cheese. Yes, sir.
they realized, oh, it's way up here, so they just have to go straight up and connect to it, and then it goes down.
57.
I just say we take over Canada and kill them all.
They're the really quiet apartment over a bitchin' party. The Derby line. That's an interesting one. Is that the one? So Derby Line, Vermont. Go there. If I remember right, the international border goes in the middle
Through the town.
Not just
Exactly,
through,
yeah.
not just through the town, through the library.
Yep.
Yeah, through the library and the main in the middle, and also part of the main road, I think.
So here's the library.
It's gotta suck. You go to the library and you gotta have your passport with you to go to the library.
So the issue there after 9/11 is now when you go into that library, you have to go out the door that you came in.
Because that's really important. Oh crap.
Otherwise they would have to treat the building as a border crossing.
Another stupid fact is after 9/11 in Denmark, all airports, airfields, aerodromes of any size had to be secured for terrorism reasons. Yeah, it's called terrorist security enforcement or something like that. Which means that even the airfield that I took my skydiving license in, just a small thing.
Having this house.
It's just one landing strip for Cessna 172. They had to put up fencing, but it was okay to just put up 4x4 posts with chain between them, and that was enough. But they had to do it because that all of a sudden makes it safe from terrorism.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
They can't handle a chain link fence.
Yeah, and the worst part is the state wouldn't pay anything for it. You have to cover that for yourself. It's just looking at it. It wasn't even knee high. You can just step right over it. That's so fucking stupid.
But it was a fence.
Smart card for that fence.
Fence? Hey, a fence is a fence. So retarded.
See, and that's where ambiguity can be rather useful if you know how to take advantage of it. But yeah, so I already know the answer to this one. So who can take a guess as to where that house would officially be placed?
It would depend upon where the front door is.
Yep, America.
I would just say Great Britain, but I'll be naughty.
But no, that's it. You have the walkway there off of the main street. That's the front door. That's where it would be addressed to.
So do you need a passport to go to the restroom?
That would...
Oh, and have a small border crossing in the middle of your living room too.
Oh, good God, could you think about the invasion of privacy there?
So you have to have
you'd have to, yeah, you have to go through a scanner just to go to the dining room. If you have guests, I mean, hey, we don't need to be dicks. If you're just home alone, fair enough. But if you have guests, they have to go through the whole thing. Hey, you could get employed by the TSA.
Oh, damn.
That house.
Of course, we don't know if that borderline is correct, since Google is just an approximation, but still.
Road, I'll bet.
Yeah, it probably goes right along that road.
I mean, you can see country lines by looking at fire belts. Well, something that from above looks like a fire belt for some or just a cleared path for high voltage lines.
Mm.
I think it was a Tom Scott video. I saw about it once.
Okay, which borders are we gonna have some fun with now?
Trying to figure out how to straighten the world.
God damn it! You're just screwing it up.
Hey,
Oh,
look,
there you go. Pull up the Texas New Mexico border at the Panhandle of Texas.
I wanted to go looking for dinosaurs or dragons or whatever.
Oh, you wanted to find the dragon eye?
Yeah. God, dogs, man.
Yeah, the 1,000-mile.
I mean, the sheer level of stupid in that is just.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's way beyond pareidolia. Way beyond.
Oh, there's even an airfield over there.
or
All right.
There's an interesting story about the Texas-New Mexico border. It's supposed to be at the 103rd parallel, or at the 103rd longitude. Am I getting that right? Longitude, latitude? Yeah, longitude.
yeah,
But
latitude is
when they actually surveyed it, they missed the mark by almost 3 miles. So technically, 3 miles of Texas actually belongs to New Mexico, right there.
Let me guess. How many millions of dollars have they spent arguing about that in a courtroom?
More than I care to
10
count,
million
and they
for
finally settled it out between Texas and New Mexico back in the 90s, and it was like it took the Supreme Court to settle it out. That was what was actually pretty sad about it.
That's why you have the
But
Southwick
those-
judge. Same reason.
those who made the incorrect measurements, were they hired by one state or the other, or both of them?
I think it was
It was
Jay
federal.
Media that actually. I think it was
Oh,
Jay
okay.
Media that actually hired them to do that.
Okay, so if it wasn't
Ooh, the four
either
corners.
one of them, so to speak, how fucking simple would it be to say, okay, you know what, let's just go just meet halfway and get it over with? But no, you have to spend a lot of money that you could have used for I don't know, healthcare or whatever.
Well, see, back at the time, Texas was rather oil flushed money. I mean, it was flush with oil money.
Oh yeah, that's
So I mean,
That
it
would
could afford
complicate
to fight. It could afford to fight to keep the border right where it was.
Mm.
And that was the sad thing, was New Mexico really couldn't do it because they didn't have the oil money that Texas had.
Hey, I'm just it just came to me. Does the Hoover Dam power plant still have bigger and bigger problems getting enough water?
Yes.
To run the
It's
So the question is it
it's
because
still
of
rather
Mead? So is it because
Lake
of
Mead is
higher?
way below full. Lake
The question
Mead
then
is
is
way
it because of
down.
higher demand? Yeah, because of higher demand,
Well,
or because of drought, or both.
No, so it's a slightly because of the demand, but it's more so the perpetual droughts that have been going on. The Lake Mead has not had the natural influx that it had enjoyed prior.
And it's not because of something going on further upstream, so to speak. Dams being used, not dams. What do you call them? Fisheries diverting it for their
No,
fish farms or something.
at least not directly. Even then, I don't think they've really done much redirection in that area because it's so inland. Actually, Jay, go down to the Hoover Dam.
It's just that a couple of years back, I was really surprised to see some footage. It might just have been from a movie or a TV series or something. It was filmed there anyway, and I was surprised at how low the water level was compared to when I saw the documentary about them upgrading the cabling across the dam or above it or whatever. It was so different.
Hey, Jared. Can you remove off the hook's wrench so I can flip with her?
No.
Please.
Nope.
Damn it.
So is this
You
the
don't want me-
you do
not
version
want
of
me-
Loch Ness? Or?
Actually, all right,
If you
it's
start
done.
Thank you.
If you start messing with off the hook in this chat, and I find out about it, I'm gonna play whack a pig on 18 motos so hard, you're gonna feel it personally.
Go.
You fucking asshole. Listen, she said she owes me a bending over, and I want to play with her.
And I gave her the opportunity.
Look at that dam.
Huh.
Jared,
wow,
you could,
that's
you
long.
could-
You can see the power lines. What the hell?
Hey, Jared, you could remove Piggy's ranch and let
That's what I did.
Let her play whack a pig.
That's what I did when I said it was done. I took his wrench for now.
Oh God, what a glorious clusterfuck work's going to be tonight.
Oh yeah, and actually, a suggestion from the chat from John McMunn. The Netherlands and Belgium border apparently has a lot of craziness to it.
That is a really crazy one. Enclaves, exclaves, enclaves within enclaves within exclaves. It's mental.
What? Are we talking about a caste system here, or what the?
So you know what an enclave is, right?
Well, I can't remember right now.
When
'cause
one part of when one part of one country is surrounded physically by another country.
Oh yeah, okay, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and over in that part of the world, there's a lot of them.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm so happy to be almost completely surrounded by water. Although I am in direct connection to Russia, sadly. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that the Danish Navy hasn't had submarines for decades now.
Yeah, so look at
I'm getting close to decades. But
look at
nonsense.
those are your enclaves within enclaves within enclaves around the Belgium and Netherlands border.
with a few exclaves included.
Yeah.
Were they high when they did that? What the?
well,
Dude, I
No,
know.
here's the explanation to that: is America shipped over a bunch of peyote to the leaders when they were doing these borders, and they just started drawing a big giant clusterfuck.
What?
Pretty much.
Good administrative nightmare.
Well, that, and keep in mind, there's been a lot of playing with the borders in Europe over the last 100 years.
You want to see a lot of messed up borders?
Let's go
Check out the
about
channel
500 years.
Geography Now on YouTube.
Yeah, that's actually where I seen a bunch of them. Like he zooms in on areas like this and actually will color code it, so it's easier to tell which one's which. And
which one was over here? It was like,
Hey, Jared, can I get my wrench back? Thank you.
Yeah,
No.
I think there's bits of the not Pakistan, Bangladesh border.
yeah,
look at
India.
this right here.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Can we look at? Can we look
Hey,
at?
Sidestrick.
could you
That's a good-
zoom?
It's a good part of a country, part of the world that kind of border dispute.
What country did Syria take over? They've been slowly taking over ever since.
Yo, mama.
Is it Palestine?
No.
No,
Pakistan?
Syria didn't really take over any country, although they keep annexing bits of the Lebanon.
Oh, so Russia wasn't first on that.
Oh,
On that
Cyprus is
bullshit
another
parade.
big one here.
Oh yeah, Cyprus is a real.
This whole area, I think, is UK. I think it is.
No, it's
The area in red.
The bit between the two red lines is the
That's
DMZ.
that's the contested region.
That's the UN controlled. That's the UN because that's a UN disputed. It's a UN controlled disputed border,
Yeah.
just like the DMZ in Korea.
Why can't we just let the island settle it out so it's one island, huh?
Because I know guys who have because it's mostly British service people who do the line in Cyprus.
Well,
For a ball, we already did that.
Pig, to answer your question, why don't they just let the island figure it out. They tried that for about 20 years.
Well, send them a bunch of weapons. I'll figure it out.
They tried that
They
for
did.
about
Tried that
20
in
years.
74.
Okay. Send them nukes. They'll figure it out.
No. It don't always work that way.
Okay.
What I don't understand is why the hell did Denmark sell the West Indian Islands to the U.S. back in 1917? What the hell would the U.S. use those islands for?
This is a fun one. The peak of this mountain over here, I think it's this area right here. This is the peak of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the mountain is actually in Finland, but Norway claims the peak.
And because they have the peak, they can claim the... Oh, that is...
Yeah.
List of stupid things to bicker about.
Yeah. Well, what island is it that Scotland and somewhere else just keep randomly showing up and swapping alcohol and the flag on the island?
Oh, it's...
What?
I want to say it's somewhere over here.
There's
It certainly isn't the Faroe Islands because that's partially Danish. So that's not it.
there's
Partially
a tiny
independent,
little
partially
island-
Danish.
There's
Yeah.
a tiny little island right out.
Give me a wrench,
Can
Jared.
you see? Can you see the little tiny
No.
dot? Just no,
And down.
the little
The,
tiny
the,
dot.
where
right,
the plane is.
no, right off the west, more off the west coast of Scotland. There's a couple of tiny little dots right out that way. There, yeah. There's Rockall. That's the name of the little. That's the name of the bloody island. It's right out into the Atlantic, and people keep going and making sure that we inhabit it every now and again, so that we can use it as part of our territorial waters.
That you can't even fish out of.
Because it's like 200 miles off. It's way off the coast.
Rockall.
Yeah, that's the one. Rockall.
But I just found that funny, that whole story about how just like every 6 months or so they'll trade, and when one group of military goes there, they end up taking the alcohol that was left by the previous one and leave their own.
So, speaking of the UK, UKIP took a thrashing in the MEP elections, didn't they?
I haven't actually seen the results. I haven't looked yet.
Last I saw, no UKIP member actually got a seat or retained a seat.
Yeah, well, the
Interesting.
thing is that
No, but the Brexit party picked up
Oh, yeah.
a ton.
yeah, I was going to say I think the Brexit party have picked up everything from UKIP because
And then some.
Farage left UKIP and left politics after he thought he'd won, and then he came back he founded a new party for the elections we've just had, which was the Brexit Party, which I think they picked up rather a lot of votes. And I know a lot of people who voted Remain in the referendum who voted Brexit Party based on that.
Oh,
If
that's
we're
not what I
going
wanted
to
to
leave,
do.
we better fucking leave.
Interesting. But you know what? I will admit I was kind of hoping that Sargon was gonna get a seat, because that would have been hilarious.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have seen as much of Sargon then.
Knowing him, no, we would have just seen him from a different vantage point.
Well, he wouldn't have had his YouTube channel, so we would have lost that.
Would he not be allowed to use it though? Is that what you're saying?
No, he'd be too busy.
Oh,
Why
right.
would he be too busy? He'd be an MEP.
They do about as much as.
Well, the work
Yeah.
isn't that what aides are for?
I was going to say, the European Parliament's got about as much power as a fucking parish council has.
Well, and
And if you look at English parish councils, they've got nothing.
What I find amusing is when Parliament is in session or whatever it's called, they argue loudly instead of being. I know it's a tradition, but it just looks ridiculous. Instead of actually talking about things, they yell and they don't scream, but they don't throw shoes at each other. But the way they do it it looks funny.
So pretty much what you're saying is they're boring.
Yeah, kind of. But hey, it still looks like they get a whole lot more done than Trump does himself.
Well, okay. That's like trying.
Hey, I have to correct you. Trump did a lot a couple days ago when he went around Congress to sell arms to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, okay. Excluding the shitty crap that he doesn't do anything. But that's basically his whole work routine.
Takes credit for all the things that do work.
Yeah, that and play golf.
Although, you're talking about a 70-year-old man with a sub-10 handicap. So, yeah, I'd play golf with him.
I wouldn't mind. I have never played golf before, but I wouldn't mind playing golf at the same golf club that he is, and then by accident, shoot balls his way. Just by accident, of course. Not to hit him because I don't want him to get harmed and I'll get in trouble. I just want him to get his adrenaline going so fast that he'll have at least a mini stroke or just a full-on stroke. Of course, he has the bestest, the bestest health of all the American presidents ever. The bestest.
Did you know they actually make a heart attack gun? So all you have to do is apply that to a golf ball and problem solved.
Oh, my friend Mike built a.
Right, guys, I stopped by to say hi, but I really can't stay that long, so I'm going to have to get out of here. I just wanted to say hi to all you guys. I'm so busy right now, I really have to run. But I wanted to come by and say hi and congratulate you, Jared, on 1 year.
Just get naked, Skeptic, enjoy yourself. Don't worry about.
I'm already naked and enjoying myself.
Why do you think he's so busy?
They go swimming in the Elk Fork of the Trinity River, Skeptic.
No, thank you. I don't want to smell like cow shit. But y'all have a good day, man.
Yeah, as long as you don't dive into crap, cow crap. I've done that. It takes a while to get out of that stench out of your skin.
We can make a bacon and noodle sandwich. It'll be like chicken.
All right. Well, y'all have a good night.
Hey, you have a good one too, Skeptic.
See you, dude.
I just say that Bo bored him with the English talk about the elections and all that.
Well, since it was me that brought it up.
Shoot, is this the number?
No, it's someone who's hasn't been around for a little while, but was there often at the beginning.
Okay.
Schubert.
I never met this person. Hi, Schubert.
Actually, I think you have met Schubert before. You just have a shit memory.
Listen, okay.
It can't be as shitty as mine.
Yes, it can.
Oh, careful.
Bo, do you remember a lot of the details around the first fundraiser that went on for Marvel Girl?
Some of it, yeah.
That's more than Pig.
Listen, okay. I'm pretty sure you guys are making that up.
See, he thinks we're making up just how involved he was in setting it up and making sure she got what she needed after.
And hey, I know from personal experience how fucking annoying it is to not even remember the good stuff.
I remember the good stuff. I can never forget off the hook.
Imagine not remembering all the stupid stuff you've done that you're actually honestly embarrassed about. That people can tease you with.
I remember all the stupid shit I did.
Yeah, those were the best times.
Familiar.
Anyway, someone mentioned rock all.
Yeah, we were talking about that for a little bit.
Yeah, I that's why I wanted to chime in, because my experience with rock all is horrifying. We had my last boat. We did on deployment. We did an operation around there, and we pulled out our secret charts, very highly detailed charts, so detailed they show the track of the ship that did the sonar surveys of the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And the track showed driving right over Rock Island, which was like one of the reasons I decided to retire instead of doing another tour. Like this chart is so detailed, it's classified secret, but the sonar track goes right over the island. No thanks. I'll rather flip burgers at McDonald's.
Kind of makes you wonder how that works.
Yeah. Actually, we were on deployment and we picked up the squadron assistant navigator and an E8 quartermaster. Supposedly the cream of the cream of assistant navigators in the Navy, and I showed him that. He was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, good luck getting me to re-enlist and do another tour on a boat. This was like just a few years after the San Francisco hit that uncharted seamount.
Well, that's the funny thing about that. It wasn't that it was uncharted. It wasn't charted on every chart.
It was charted on one chart, and you had to read the detailed sailing directions for that area that says this has been reported to be 2 miles southwest of its reported position. So it's like, okay, you're busy enough doing PMS and other shit. No one's got time to read the fucking sailing directions. But it showed up in satellite pictures. It's like, okay, the navigation team is going to review every satellite picture of the area.
Yeah, because they just have so much time to do that.
Oh, I know.
You ever see the pictures of the San Francisco and dry dock?
Yeah, we've covered that.
Yeah. It's like the mooring lines they store in the sonar dome are oozing out like fucking intestines. The sonar dome was opened a half hour before the collision. If they had collided with that seamount a half hour before, the boat would have been lost with all hands.
It also testament to just how rugged of a design the 688 ended up being.
Yeah, that's looking. Always look on the bright side of life.
And there we go.
Are you suggesting coconuts migrate?
I wonder if we'll see those pictures again that had me fuming last.
A little bit of caulking, some spray paint. She'll be all right. Maybe some chewing gum or something.
I love the sound of the
Wow.
in the background.
It only looks like a half-used eraser.
It sounds like a
Now,
large
since,
They replaced their
since
whole
it
bow.
looks like you don't have any crumple zones like in modern cars. How many G's would that impact have exerted on not just the equipment but the crew?
They have crumple zones
Hubert.
called the sonar dome.
Schubert, can you show us your cock?
No. Now, is that sonar dome? That's completely outside the pressure vessel, right?
There
no,
is a top.
it's kind of part of it.
It sounds like a large cock.
Pig, stop.
Thank you.
Oh, yep, there you go.
Yeah, this
You
is the
can-
picture that set me off last time we looked at these.
Like it's been gutted.
It was interesting doing some of the design work for the conversion to a more training ship because, like, the whole bow was replaced by, I think it was the Honolulu's bow.
Yeah,
So
what do
it's
they call it? Yeah, they call it the.
It's now
Yeah.
a Frankenship.
Yeah, so we had like weird sets of drawings for that ship, trying to figure out what was what. The SRDs were up.
So
what do they call it? The San Fran Hulu or something like that.
Yeah.
That mistake certainly cost a lot more than a couple of rounds of beer at the bar.
Oh yeah. Well, now my question is, how far back did it actually have to be cut?
How the hell would that kind of bulge be there?
It was pretty far back. I mean, you know,
They took the reactor.
There was a picture in there that showed the new.
reactor. They took the reactor compartment and the engine room, and
not quite that far
from
back.
the San Francisco, didn't they?
It was 40 still.
Yeah, I knew it was somewhere forward of the sail is where the transition was made. I was just wondering roughly where that... Because it probably did one of either the first or the second intact bulkhead going back. That would make the most sense.
There's only one bulkhead.
I think they did it rabbi style and just did, just the tip. So
688s only have one bulkhead.
Yeah, but they had some buckling. They had to make sure they went back far enough.
Yeah.
Now, it says blast here. Wasn't it just, not to demean anything, but wasn't it just an impact? It says blast here as if something...
Yeah, this is part of the jackass who's trying to say, oh, something happened that they're not telling us. Oh.
Yeah, still a lot of crap.
It was aliens. They collided with a flying saucer.
Aliens, but it was aliens, yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
But how the hell could a bulge like that...
this is what they're trying to say.
It's just weird.
It's an act of God.
It's an act of something.
An act of poor charts.
Now, where was this around the world?
South of Guam.
Guam, so that's in America then. I don't know. I'll just look it up, of course.
There's one in Guam in America.
Yeah, it was southeast of Guam.
Where does America's Day begin?
Guam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Half a day.
Yeah, it's a U.S. territory.
Northern Mariana Islands, yeah. Oh, yeah, north of Papua New Guinea.
Yep.
Okay.
When you say it's a U.S. territory, is it like a U.S. territory like Puerto Rico, or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it doesn't really count.
Yes, it does count.
Well, they're U.S. citizens. They just can't vote.
They're not a state, but they are still part of the U.S. protectorate. As a matter of fact, we have a decent-sized naval base there.
Yeah. How many flags are on the U.S. flag? How many stars are on the U.S. flag? I mean,
are you talking pre-Mandela effect or after Mandela?
After.
52.
Anyone else want to try?
Mandela effect says 52. After Mandela effect, it's 52.
Okay,
No, it's 50.
let's
Because
go
that's
with
how many states there are, right?
pre-Mandela effect. How many stars are on the U.S. flag?
Pre-Mandela effect, 50.
100. There are 100 stars on the flag.
2 sides.
50 on each side.
Yep.
It depends on what you use the other side for.
Well, there
A
are
flag?
2 different types of flags, single-sided and double-sided, so it's not entirely incorrect.
Well, because even the single-sided, you turn it around the other way, you can still see the stars.
Yeah, but at least the American flag isn't inverted when you look at it on the other side, like the British flag, for example.
Do I have one set of skin, or do I have 2 sets of skins?
You actually have...
You have your
thousand.
What's it called? You have your subdermal and I can't remember it.
Well,
but
so you have
officially you have a couple, but
you have there are 3 groupings. There's your epidermis, which is the outer, your dermis, and then the subdermal.
I'm talking about as a whole, those 3 groupings combined. What you normally just say is skin.
A few thousand layers.
But if you take a scalpel and jab yourself, you'll only see 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, is it the same skin in my front that I have in the back? Yes or no?
What?
Is the front the same skin from the front and back? Like back as in my back, right?
Depends.
Yeah.
You probably have to
If
clarify what you're saying there.
It depends if the skin in your front is quantumly entangled with the skin in the back.
Oh.
It's still 1 piece of skin, though.
Yeah, it's 1 piece of skin. There's 1 flesh.
It's considered a single organ.
But yeah, people call it that, but it really isn't. But I mean, they call the brain a muscle too. They used to anyway. But oh yeah, and they used to say, well, humans only use a certain percentage of the brain, like 10%. I think they say 10%. Yeah, and it's completely wrong.
Yeah, don't get my wife started on that one. She hates those things.
Hey, Jay, go all the way to the bottom.
The bottom?
Yeah.
That does not compute.
You
It's
like
just
you like playing with the bottom, don't you?
Oh yeah. Now search for, instead of zooming into it, search for the southern celestial pole.
Hey, shouldn't that have been the meridian and the anti-meridian instead of?
Hold on. Search for the.
You mean
search
the
for
southern?
The on the left.
The southern perspective pole.
Yeah, there you go.
And I thought it was a monopole that was on the outside or some stupid shit.
We just debunked Globebusters right here now.
By showing they're full of shit. That's pretty easy.
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't Furball already do a video on this?
Yes, he did. Although was it Globebusters or was it someone else that Globebusters,
it was Globebusters
ended up parroting?
Yep. It was a mirror from Globebusters on Globebusters.
Yes, yeah, so it was some other dipshit that Globebusters was like, hey, look at this! Oh, wait, we're fucking wrong. Oh, sorry, they never admit that.
Why would they? That would affect their money. What did I say? Someone would never do and go online on YouTube for money.
Am I going to have to take your chew toy away?
Listen, Globebusters is Globebusters. Oh my god, this is making me dizzy.
Whee! Go faster! Go faster!
Ooh, what do we got here?
Spin me around. I'm holding on tight. All right, are you guys ready? He's going to make the earth spin. Get prepared.
It's like the Pleiades right over here, it looks like.
Yes, it is. So, Facthard does have a good question. Monopole. a Polish guy living in Montana. Good
So
work.
weird, you guys.
And he is deaf on one ear.
No, it's a Polish incel. All by himself.
Ooh. Ouch.
Well played. Well played.
That is humor. I recognize that.
Speaking of incels, I wonder how bad Why He Is an Idiot has been doing against that newbie on Craig's channel.
Are they still going? Is that the question?
Oh, they started just before we did.
Yep. Finished up 6 minutes ago. Should invite Craig on so we can get a play-by-play.
Yeah. But at the same time, I am getting kind of knackered. Spending about 4 hours on the bike today was pretty fun.
But you're a sore ass.
Well, no.
Or have you developed callous skin on your ass?
No, it's more the upper legs getting tired from actually properly supporting myself on the bike. That way my arms can stay loose. But yeah, it tires out the legs.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna play Pig's favorite game later tonight.
Told it was a massive dumpster fire. Well, of course.
Why You're an Idiot is always a dumpster fire.
You guys, what was that recent NonSeq Show? That guy talking about how to transform a flat Earth chart. If the Earth were flat, you wouldn't need to transform anything.
Sounds like an old one. Like one of the idiots that tries to explain an expanding Earth or something with a balloon. I may be missing that one completely, but it must be an old one, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Neil Adams, the expanding Earth ship.
Yeah, that was last Saturday, though. That was Schrodinger did that one.
Oh, okay.
No, he did that with this most recent Saturday. Yeah, he had that guy on who tried to show, like, okay, there's these satellite images overlaid that didn't show Antarctica.
Yeah.
Obviously not understanding that satellite that took those pictures was not in a polar orbit.
Pig's
it's
favorite
not
game.
Hey, Jared, I know it's not all that important, but check out the screenshot I just sent you. This is it's cute. Yeah, to each his own, I guess, but
latest oh boy.
Yeah.
If somebody wait.
And
from that
I
guy.
caught Now before it was cut off, you can pay for all the equipment, you just can't use it for actual science. I forgot to check before I took the screenshot.
Oh, so apparently that guy has been rather prolific on the stupid.
Yeah. Can't remember when I reset the list here, but
4. Yeah, I got 4 videos from just him alone.
Oh, there's a lot more, but yeah. But hey, Wybenga has been somewhat active.
Yeah, he's still an idiot who runs away from shit in the chat anyways.
Uh-huh. Let's see, where do I save that crap? No, that's not the right word. Wait a sec. Where do I infest my my drive with this? Down there.
Oh, Jimmy, some of us on the panel are already aware. We just haven't said it publicly because, well, he's kind of a waste of space.
There's some of us on the panel who haven't gone to read the Discord chat today, so yeah.
But it has certainly been a fun, interesting weekend and string of shows, so I don't know how we managed it, guys, but we've survived a year. and with all the fucked up shit. Well, and think about it this way: with all the fucked up shit that we've done and said on this channel, we're still here.
That's only because YouTube realizes this is a bunch of veterans and we're going to say whatever the fuck we want to say when we want to fucking say it.
No, because we haven't said anything outrageous.
Oh.
Okay, that sounded wrong.
No, I mean, we haven't.
Sounded really wrong.
We haven't incited anybody to violence or.
Oh.
We haven't heard. We haven't heard a snowflake. We haven't melted a snowflake fast enough.
Well, here's the thing. We have said some stuff that has been questionable, but we haven't outright been blatant because, well, standards.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not like YouTube people watch these videos entire way through. They just look for keywords.
Well, they let an algorithm do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, even as you're uploading a video, the audio is
being analyzed.
Words. Oh yeah, because they provide subtitles or captions, whatever you want to call it. As soon as you're finished uploading it, the captions are already there.
Sure. But I mean, has anyone ever said an ethnic slur or say we should do certain things to bring passenger airliners down?
We've called out Southern Idiot before for being
a couple of
racist.
A couple of the pig episodes, we brought light to that sort of behavior and did not censor it too much, but again, we were being critical of it. But here's the thing, is there were other channels like Skylar Fiction who did a similar thing, was addressing poor behavior, and his channel got hit.
With Matt Powell.
Yeah, but that was because of a mass reporting thing. I mean,
you can criticize hate speech, and YouTube will hit you for a violation of hate speech.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they spend a lot of processing time on analyzing audio in terms of just recognizing words and so on. I seriously doubt that they try to analyze via algorithms deliberate hate speech.
Yeah.
No, they may look for certain words that would get the NSA going or something, but not in the context it's used. Just the words, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Simple pass filter will do that. But here's the funny thing is, mentioning that is probably mass flagging and reporting. That probably was the case with Skylar. But here's the funny thing. The Manatee has claimed to have reported my channel a couple times. But what's really funny is I've never gotten an email from YouTube about that.
Funny.
But just remember, even though you can be a kid in Mosul waking up with bombs falling around you, you can always remember one thing. At least I'm not Brett Keane.
Oh, yeah.
You guys watch Digital Hammurabi?
Every now and then.
No.
You really ought to. Especially as stuff on slavery in the Old Testament.
It's always funny when a actual legitimate biblical scholar in that aspect decides to go, oh wait, you think the Bible says this? Oh no, here's the actual. You're fucking wrong.
But the Bible says slavery is wrong, man. No.
Yes. The Bible says that the way you were doing slavery was wrong. Here's the way you should actually do it.
Yeah, here are the rules on how and who to enslave, and how you can trick them into staying.
Oh no, it's not how and who, because the who is everyone. The issue is, oh well, this group of people, this is how you should treat it. Everyone else, fuck them.
Yeah, I know this is going to raise a shitstorm, but you see that atheist experience with Matt Dillahunty, Cosmic Skeptic, and Rationality Rules. I
caught bits of it.
No, they have the bit about that. It's like this one guy calling in, the Bible doesn't endorse slavery.
It doesn't It doesn't endorse it, but it sure as fuck tells you how to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, and there's also the Digital Hammurabi. He was having a debate with some idiot. Was it that, or was it Talk Heathens? Anyway, some guy's calling in. Well, when they say beat a slave with a rod, they just meant that metaphorically.
Oh God.
Dr.
Wait,
that's the that's the standard.
How do you metaphorically kill someone with a rod? How do you metaphorically knock out an eye or a tooth with a rod?
But that's the thing. Whatever, however you can corner someone, in terms of what the Bible says, they will always use the defense of, well, no, you have to understand the context of it.
Yeah, it
was
a different time back then. It was a different time back then.
That's one of them
too. It was
a
different culture back then. No, that doesn't fucking matter because your God commanded it. Doesn't matter what fucking culture it was. Your God commanded it.
Yeah, or when they try to defend themselves, or defend something horrible in the Bible by citing something from Psalms. That's a song book. What the hell? That's a book with songs in it. You're going to use that as something that could prove you're right about something. What? No, it's called a song. La 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 la. It's not. This guy said this. This guy said that. No, it's la 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 la.
Sure, it still doesn't matter because your God commanded it.
Uh-huh. And hey,
so
literally,
you're admitting your God was powerless to change the culture of the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we are to believe what the Bible says, then this so-called God is literally responsible for everything that happens. Everything. Without question, without any exceptions. Everything.
Well, and just remember, God was so upset at his creation that first he wiped it out. Then he got so upset at it again that he sent himself to appease himself by dying for himself. Well, because his children fucked up.
Yeah, but even before that, he wiped out all humanity except for a drunken sailor. What would the first thing Noah do after the flood? He grew a vineyard, made wine, got shit-faced, and took off his clothes and passed out drunk. So God's most righteous human he could find on the earth at the time was a fucking drunken sailor.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Yeah. But yeah, so the Holy Bible is totally the best way to not learn about what you should do in life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except I can't even remember where it is now, but a certain chapter in that Bible that's kind of there's a couple of parts in the Bible that get you randy.
There
I'm
is.
not just talking about blowjobs, but yeah, there's some sort of porn in there.
Oh no!
Well, yeah, I mean, well, you're talking about if you're talking about Lot in the fall of Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, Lot committed incest with his own daughters. I mean, yeah, they got him drunk.
Yeah,
but there is no way. There is no way in hell. There is no way in. There is no way in hell that you could get me drunk enough to screw my own daughter. I don't care if I just witnessed the destruction of my home and all my friends.
Passed
wife turned into a pillar of salt.
Well, and here's another thing though to think about too with that. How many times in the Bible does it refer to the washing of feet?
It's over 10 times.
It's fairly often, and that phrase, the washing of feet, was a sexual euphemism back when it was written.
Citation needed. Where the hell did you hear that?
A number of biblical scholars who actually did dissertations about how many sexual references were in the Bible, and the term of having her wash.
That was synonymous with happy ending.
Yes.
Okay, citation needed. Which
I think
books?
Max Lucado got a reference to it.
Which books of the Old and New Testament were decided to be canon at the Council of Nicaea? The Council of Nicaea decided which books to be canon?
Yeah.
No.
It was one of the first. It wasn't the end-all be-all, but it was the beginning, because that was a topic of the council.
Even before that, no, it wasn't. Even before that, it wasn't decided. It gradually grew in. It was a gradual progression of, okay, well, this book's out, this book's in. And like
are you talking about King James or?
No, no.
1200 years before King James. Talking about the Council of Nicaea did not decide which books are canon.
They had discussions of it. They didn't concrete it, but it was a topic. It was a step in that path. But they are more known for the Nicene Creed.
Yes. But they did not decide which books are canon. That wouldn't. The first bishop to say, hey, these are the canon books, didn't take place until like 70 years later. Some bishop in Alexandria. So all that whole crap about the Council of Nicaea gathered to determine which books were canon or not is bullshit. When you hear someone say that, call them out. Even Wikipedia gets this right.
Yeah, but Jared, on the subject of washing of feet, one of Max Lucado's books touches on that subject.
Can you, after this hangout is over, can you post a link in the comments for that?
For the Max Lucado book? I'd have to go back and find the Lucado book.
For the claim that washing of the feet is a hand job.
Well, it's a sexual.
Well, it's a reference to the.
It's an innuendo, but it's not a direct reference to the actual hand job.
Fine.
And the one I found was that it is in most cases what do you call it? A euphemism. A way of mentioning the male genitalia. And I sent one of them to you, Jared. You probably saw it already.
Yeah, the specific I'm looking for, because just even searching washing of feet in the Bible, sexual connotations, you get a lot of references to how it is that euphemism, not to any particular one sexual act, but yes, sexual act and that progression to begin with. Because of it starts out with the Hebrew wording and phrasing, how the slang for the male genitalia was really close to the word for foot.
Okay, well, let's get Dr. Josh of Digital Hammurabi on the next hangout.
And I'm sure he would love to.
Hey, I found Lord Crocker Squirrel just showed up at my work.
He is ex Air Force, so that kind of qualifies him.
Ugh.
Hey,
I guess it's about time we get some Air Force in there.
Hey! Don't be knocking Air Force.
Let's not. Okay.
Air Force?
Let's touch a nerve.
Are we talking about the Air Force?
I'm already outnumbered here. Come on.
Let's not do that inter-service rivalry bullshit. Yeah. All that matters is that you served honorably. Whether it be Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, or Boy Scouts. I mean Air Force.
Hey.
Yeah, serviceman. No, exactly. This is.
The Air Force gets upset if they don't get a 5-star hotel on deployment.
I would know. Never got a 5-star hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, but you fuckers got substandard living in Pensacola. I saw it.
Okay.
Oh, I think I just found something saucy, but I have to do some fidgeting to actually get the reference correctly here.
I wonder how this is showing up on the stream.
Your source for this isn't Pornhub, is it?
No.
It's youporn.com.
No, it's X videos.
It's actually
it's motherless. Watch out, it's motherless.com.
It's actually from the book Holman Illustrated Bible Dictionary. So no. I'm looking for something specific here. Oh, here we go.
You think Riley's jealous? Riley's jealous of me?
Yeah, probably. You're hanging out with us.
You're not looking up. You're not looking up foot job, are you?
No, well, he's playing with something purple and long and cylindrical.
And kind of floppy too, probably.
The
Very
purple-headed python of love.
Yeah. Now, listen to this though. To cover one's feet was a euphemism for relieving oneself. 1 Samuel 24:3. What? Oh, there you go. No explanation about it though. Jeez.
That's a new one.
So there's an obsession about feet and foreskin. Lovely. Oh, and the reference between the connection between Saturn's rings and foreskin. Oh my.
Oh jeez.
Saturn's rings.
Yeah. And I don't know the story, but it's from the Bible, so it's stupid.
Yeah, it's no freaking mention of Saturn's rings anywhere in the Bible.
No,
let alone Saturn.
No, but what's interesting was one of the initial attempts by the church to explain what they were when they were observed. Jesus's ascended foreskin.
Yeah, let that one sink in.
Yeah, what's the official Catholic term for the holy foreskin? Holy. No, they have a term.
Yeah,
holy.
The anointed holy foreskin.
No, or something. No, it's like the holy pupus, something like that. There are 18 churches around the world that claim to have possession of Jesus' foreskin.
Yeah.
Because somehow that seems to be important. Because I mean, that's weird. I mean, the scam with the
Jesus
cloth and face. That okay, I can get that one, but a guy's foreskin is to be coveted and yeah, no, thank you.
You think you'd okay, you cut off the foreskin, you just feed it to your dog, you don't keep it.
Yeah, but you let it dry first. It has to be chewy.
Oh, geez, jerky.
Oh, right. It's chewy foods are good for dogs' teeth.
I'm not.
If we find any
touching that one.
If we find any more pieces of him around the world, are we going to have the anime Akira come to life?
Probably.
What come to life?
The anime called Akira.
Anime called Akira. What the hell is that?
It's an old, I think, somewhere in the 80s when it came out. What it was is this different body parts of this boy, when they got together, recreated the person.
And it went completely
now you're just talking nerd talk.
Okay, put it this way. It created a nuclear explosion at the end.
A nuclear?
You're still talking nerd talk.
Again, keep in mind that this is our Air Force friend here. So, of course, it's going to be nerdy.
Okay, consider it a really big bomb.
So you should be selling cookies.
Oh, you mean that one of those big go boom thingies?
Yes, the Moab.
Oh yeah, that'll get my third leg going. So yeah, so no, it was not Elon Musk that first came up with the idea of using slotted fins. No, what do you call them? Fins or whatever.
Grid fins.
Grid, yeah, there you go. Grid fins. No, I probably wasn't. Oh yeah, who was it? Was it the Air Force, the Army, or just the DoD that? Invented the Moab? I'm not sure.
It was DoD.
Oh, okay. It's not the DoD that came up with it first, probably.
No, it was it Raytheon or General Dynamics who...
Raytheon.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me, those fuckers are always coming up with something weird.
Yeah, for everything. I mean, they have a foot in the door for practically every field of engineering and science.
Talk about that fuel air bomb.
Why not?
Fuel air bomb.
I still
the
Moab,
mother of all bombs.
Moab. Yeah,
the fuel air bomb.
The best one's got to be 5 tons of amatol in a Grand Slam.
Yeah, that was the Grand Slam. We're talking about the Moab, which was a fuel air bomb.
Yeah, but Grand Slam does even more damage than a Moab. Lots more damage.
But a Moab, it looks more cool. It looks cooler.
and is the
I mean, and it's not entirely irrelevant. I mean, it's a good thing if you have and I don't mean to be mean, but if you have a bunch of goat herders turned nasty, ISIS, for example, it doesn't hurt to have a weapon that scares the shit out of them.
Yeah, but at the same time,
the sound of an A10 again, I mean,
but at the
same, like that sound.
But at the same time, when you look at ISIS and the Taliban, when you really look at the bombing plan and we think, hey, we're going to bomb them back to the Stone Age, and instead they go, upgrade.
Yeah.
Speaking of engineering, do you think Gio's having a little fun right now at home? Speaking out about this.
He spent a lot of money, and then all of a sudden it got cheaper.
No, he has been waiting for the official release of the latest Ryzen.
Starting the 1st of July, you can pre-order the 7 and the 9, I believe.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, he was planning on the 9, but
Then the question comes, which areas of the world do they ship those processors to first, or do they just do a one-off? A combined release
I'm
the world over.
pretty sure it's a combined release. If anything, the U.S. market would be the ones to get shafted. But speaking of the doggos from the chat off the hook, I do have to go let my critters out for a bit, and then I'm calling it a night because I have a feeling I'm going to be woken up at 4 a.m. Because
I can't imagine why.
I can't find the off button for a computer.
Well, no. Actually, you know what? It's funny. This morning they did not call me at 4. They called me at 4:45, saying, "Hey, this system was supposed to be good, but it's doing the same thing. This tunnel's not running." I'm like, you know what? Since you're calling me, it means the system has been slow to update. Fuck it, I'll go down and look. I literally had to flip a switch from manual to automatic.
I've had customers like that.
Well, you know, Jared, you and I had pretty similar days.
Yeah. Because the tunnel's not running. I look.
Oh, Jared,
Flip.
you know what's funny is I just checked. I just got a message on Discord from my left hand don't work.
Oh, jeez. What's he crying about now?
Oh, I will post this in the side chat because this is hilarious.
No, just go ahead and read it out because you know what? We might.
No, because you have to see this because that's what he sent me.
Here's the thing. I can't open that up without showing it to the public.
Show it to public. Let's blood the shit out of it.
Okay, who's trying to cop up some hairballs?
Or who's humping the desk?
Yeah. Without talcum powder.
Oh.
Hey, well, Jerry, you do have a cell phone. You could pull it up there.
Wait, invitation to a different server in general?
Yeah.
Wow. Is he trying to run his own server now?
Yes. Well, he did say earlier, I'm here to do only one thing. Break the, what was it? Can't remember now.
Break the wand?
Yeah, break the machine.
Break the fourth wall.
I did it. I broke the machine here. Lol.
You know what?
Because apparently losing for him means winning.
This one is perfect for him, though. When he starts talking, all you have to do is say, you know, you may not have lost all your marbles, but there's definitely a hole in the bag.
Oh. What's any of you guys watch Game of Thrones?
No.
I did watch the last season simply because Maisie Williams went kind of backless on that. Yeah.
I watched. I've never watched the entire episode. I don't watch TV, but I watched like season 8 finale. There's Tyrion talking about who should be the new king. I did not see Jon Snow. What happened to Jon Snow?
He went north. He's back with the wildlings.
Yeah, he left. He was like, you know, fuck this, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he went back to the Night Watch.
I mean, I saw he killed Daenerys because she was turning into her father.
No, she was turning into Adolf Hitler.
Again, her father, the Mad King.
Yeah, her father, the Mad King.
It must run in the family.
Scene where King, what's his face, says, "Kingslayer, get in here." What did
Well, it could have. The Game of Thrones could have completely been avoided had the father of the Snow family not gone to King's Landing.
Oh no, it's the fucked up shit still would have happened. The only difference in that case would have been Ned would have lived longer. Not by much, but a little bit longer.
You ever seen that clip with George R.R. Martin as the wedding counselor?
I haven't seen that one.
They show this couple, sitting across the table from George R.R. Martin, and he's there saying, "So, what kind of wedding do you want?"
Oh, we have this wonderful theme in red.
Or purple.
But no, probably the best thing that I remember coming across, and it was probably during season 2 or 3. You have a picture of George R.R. Martin, and the text around it says, "Oh, who's your favorite character? They're dead."
Yeah.
Oh, I just put in the internal chat. It's Medieval Fun Time Land. Bad lip reading of Game of Thrones.
Yes, that video is freaking hilarious.
If you haven't seen it, watch that YouTube video. It is funny as hell.
Oh, somebody post that in Discord.
Yeah, it is funny to watch.
Oh.
All right.
Peter Dinklage.
Wow, you sound 8 times smarter than a fluffer.
That was
amazing.
surprising. That was surprisingly disturbing because I was looking at my phone when you actually said all that, and I got a face full of your eyebrows just bouncing up and down.
God.
Like that.
But we'll say we'll say this: the way
Peter Dinklage.
the way they ended it, it definitely the showrunners definitely were correct when they said it's not a happy ending. Game of Thrones is not going to end with anyone really being happy.
Which is kind of weird because that show is practically just one more or less porn series with an incestuous porn series.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean it's like the Bible.
It's not going to end with getting your feet washed.
Yeah. Except this story has a couple of Danish people in there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Man, what the hell?
But seriously, I am leaving. Some of us do have things to do early in the morning, and I know these critters aren't going to let me go to bed right away, so it has been quite the weekend, and we will be back on Friday, and before that, the footage I recorded today will be edited and then made live.
Hey, Jared, real quick, if you got, I do want to say that I know a couple classmates of mine that were killed in combat, and I just want to give a shout out to the Gordon family and let them know that I'm thinking about them today, because I know today is going to be really difficult on them. So, Captain Gordon was killed in a helicopter crash in Iraq in January of 2005. So,
Nice thing, and sadly, the list will never end until we finally take over the world, which
never gonna happen.
Yeah, it will.
Now, are you alluding to service?
Just let it happen.
Piggy for
As
president.
long as no money is spent on military parades, like Trump wanted to, probably still wants to.
He still does.
Well, just
moron.
vote for
He's
me for Vote for me for Supreme Overlord of the Universe. I'll solve all these problems.
No, I'll put Jared. I'll put Jared before I put you.
No, well, wait. Is it actually a vote
Well,
for
I'd
the
vote for Jared.
Overlord, or
I'd vote for Jared too, but is he running?
Yeah, he's running.
Okay, well, he's got my vote.
Well, so now here's the question: is that the actual election, or is it for the universe's worst dressed?
Well, that would be me. I'm wearing shorts with a big hole in the right sleeve, frayed on the left, all kinds of food stains on my shirt because I fry too much food and it spatters.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, not a clue as to what happened out there. All of a sudden, it just dropped.
Supreme Lord of the Universe.
Well, now that we have the Space Force going on, yeah, why not?
Jay,
you've seen that meme with Space Force Detailer? I'm sorry, all we have is Pluto.
Yep, that one ends up in the rotation. And Jay, you're supposed to wait until after we go off air to start playing with your chicken.
Well, Bo loves me when I play with my chicken, so I want to make sure.
Well, you haven't done it. You haven't done it.
You're gonna get Pig back in here because you're playing with your chicken, Jay.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't play with your chicken until after the show is over and we're off.
I'll just play with my laser gun then.
It's a pew pew gun.
All right. With that, it's been fun. It's been real. We will see you all later this week.